We're going to fucking do this, right? We're doing this?
We're doing this.
All right.
This is it. We have microphones. We have an internet connection.
Yeah.
We're good.
So this is Jive and Honeys.
Famous for nothing.
Famous for nothing. And, you know, it's two different ways you can look at famous for nothing, but we are literally famous for nothing. There's famous people that are famous for nothing, but we're famous for nothing.
It gets a little confusing, but it's more of an emphasis on the nothing.
Yeah.
It's really where, yeah. So you may be asking yourself, who are these guys? Why do they think they're famous? We don't.
We're not famous. We're famous for absolutely nothing.
We're talking about fame.
Right. We have worked together for going on 25 years now. Oof. We are peripherally in the business. We started out doing music videos. We do TV commercials. We've done TV shows. We've worked with a few celebrities, but so Almost Famous. This little
Almost
show,
Famous was taken, and they're quite litigious.
Almost.
Cameron Crowe's quite litigious, and decided we decided maybe we should go with a different name.
Famous for nothing. We have this little show has a producer, Gary. Refuses to be on air or heard.
Yes, Gary is.
But we're outing him.
Yep,
But we came to him saying that we want to do a podcast, and he's like, "You guys are idiots." And we're like, "Yeah, I know. That's why we want to do a podcast.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great." He's like, "We could just open up mics and be our fucking charming motherfucking selves, you know?" But Gary said, "You need a theme. You need something. You need a structure. You need something to talk about every time. It's not just you two idiots rambling on."
Which we did not take well.
Right.
We thought better. We thought we were better than that. And then we recorded ourselves talking and realized that without focus, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't.
So it went from the Jive and Honey show, or Jive and Honey have a radio show, or the old-time Jive and Honey hour, to maybe we need to focus it a little more. And we found ourselves talking about celebrity and fame and famous people and why they're famous and deserving of fame and all these other things, and it led us to so many things so easily.
Yes.
Also, we're
broad.
easily sidetracked, so
Yes.
stick with us on a couple of these things.
Right. So it's everything famous and everything celebrity, which is super broad. It's actors, it's movies, it's television, it's sports, athletes, musicians.
Yes, people who are undeserving of fame, people who are infamous, people,
right?
And this is one of those areas where everyone has an opinion.
Oh yeah.
And you're really allowed to have
yeah.
Keep in mind, we're really light on facts.
Yeah,
very heavy on opinion.
This show as a fact-finding thing about celebrities.
No,
Google it yourself, motherfucker. These are opinions. We're not going to try to be dicks. I mean, if we don't like something, we're going to say we don't like it. We're going to be truthful, but try not to be too dickish. And but also be positive. Like, if we like something, you'll know. We like a lot of stuff.
We agree on a lot of things.
Yes.
We don't just disagree on everything. This isn't going to just be us arguing with each other the entire time, because that gets tiresome.
We love films, and now with streaming so strong, we love television. We love music, sports. It's like we talk about it all the time, so why not that be our theme?
Yeah. And
And we were kind of thinking, it's like, why would anyone listen to us? It's like, that's why we're famous for nothing, So little Jive and Honey it's not a racist fried chicken chain.
Although I would like to see that.
Yeah, Jive and Honey. Yeah, Chicken Shack.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. But no, for the longest time, one of our longest clients, we worked for a morning show here in Philly. And they're very famous as like #1 morning show in the country. They're in the Radio Hall of Fame. It's like they get A-list celebrities. It's like they've been doing it for years.
they're famous for something.
I don't know.
It's more than us.
Yeah. But we worked with them for over 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
Quite a while.
Long time. And of course, we said the dumbest thing that anyone could ever say. Is like, I could do that.
Yeah, sure. We're like, oh, we can do that. Of course we could do that.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be trying that hard. Well, they're not. It doesn't seem like they're trying hard because they're pretty good at it.
They're pretty good at it.
And
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? Funny thing, it's kind of hard to do.
Yeah, it's really hard to do.
I couldn't imagine doing it for what are they on? 4 hours
4 hours a day,
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
That's a crazy amount of content to
We're
create.
gonna try to squeak out 45 minutes to an hour a week.
Yeah, we'll try.
Maybe.
We'll try not to go long. We'll try. You know
Yeah.
what? And we're not afraid to edit. We'll get rid of it. If something doesn't work for us, it's probably not going to work for you. So we'll get rid of it. It's not because we're
Right.
embarrassed. It's because we don't want to waste your time more than we already are.
Right. But Jive and Honey came from, it's like, oh, well, if we did have a morning radio show, what we'd call ourselves. And it's more ironically that we would call ourselves Jive and Honey. You know, the most ridiculous thing that we could think of describing ourselves.
But it also feels pretty natural.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think you know who's who.
Yeah. But back in the day, you know, this hair was blonde, Thor-like blonde, and you were a brunette. So we were also like Hall & Oates, Starsky and Hutch. So that's where a little
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy. I don't know which one got eaten by the tiger, but I don't know.
I think it was me. I think I'm the one
That
that
makes
got,
sense.
Yeah,
That makes
I
sense.
took a paw to the head.
So that's Jive and Honey, our little origin story.
But the other idea for a name was the Kennys.
Oh, yeah, well, we kind of grew like Jive and Honey when we looked like Starsky and Hutch was really fucking cool, but it was like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And now we look like Kenny Rogers and
Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
So the Kennys.
The Kennys are here, you know.
So keep it in mind as
Yeah,
you
we're gonna go into
observe
the danger zone with a gambler.
But actually,
sorry.
I would watch that.
I'd watch that too. I'd watch that too. So celebrities, it's like when you meet a celebrity, it's a little weird.
It's jarring.
It's jarring because you're so familiar with them. It's like you've spent your life with them, and then you see them in person. It's a little.
Do you remember that time when you realized that the people on the TV couldn't see you?
Yeah.
And that they're
so-
not your friend?
But it's like when you first see him, you don't. It doesn't register. So the first thing you think is like, I know this person. How do I know this person? And that's when the fear and terror comes in their eyes.
Right.
Of like, oh shit, he's gonna come fucking talk to me.
They recognize me.
Yeah. It's like, oh god damn. But so like throughout the episodes, we'll bring up some of our celebrity sightings because I have quite a few for some reason. But the one thing I was thinking when looking back at it is I feel I could be famous for one reason.
What reason could you?
Not talent, not good looks.
No. I realize you didn't say that. You said there's one reason.
Yeah, one reason.
Well, what's the reason? Please enlighten me.
My gigantic head.
You know what? I think a big head is key.
Big head is key. These are the three
I think
celebrities.
Josh Brolin has a giant head.
I met Josh Brolin, giant head. No else? John Travolta, massive dome. Liv Shriver. I spent a whole afternoon, like we're in the same like men's thing in like the Lower East Side in Manhattan and
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Men's what?
Clothing.
Oh, okay. Could have been any. It could have been locker room. I don't know where you were going.
No, not locker room, but giant head. It's like it's kind of freaky. You're like and also the height varied. Like Liv Shriver was very tall. Josh Brolin very short.
Right.
But all giant heads. So like I think I've got
So a Macy's Day float style or balloon style head is really the key to fame.
Dude. I'm there.
Dude, I would be so far from famous. I have this little baby head. My wife's head is like I put her like if I take a hat from her and put it like it comes down like I'm wearing your dad's suit.
That's freakish.
It's weird. I have a very tiny head.
Yeah, because I'm the opposite. It just barely fits like on my head, and it's like it looks like a
Should we do
little
that with a
kid's
hat
head.
where it's like real big on me, put it on you, and it looks like a little spinny?
Ooh boy.
The key to fame.
Then I was thinking we had a mutual sighting not sighting. We actually had an evening with a producer we were working with. Got us into an after party for the Rolling Stones.
That's right. It was not just a run-in. It was a whole night.
And it was fucking crazy. It was like a
Crazy.
cool venue, like old, I don't even know what it was.
It's not even there anymore, which
not
made
even
which made me think, did that not happen?
Yeah.
Because the building's gone.
I know.
Built a new one where the old one was, and
it is very dreamlike because Cirque du Soleil performers were there. So like up in the rafters were like naked women painted in metallic silver spinning around balls, and like they were performing,
and they were all Canadian.
They're all Canadian,
which was very weird. And they're all very tiny, very tiny. I mean, if you're gonna.
But then we're in a room, and like I'm like shoulder to elbow with Ron Woods.
Yeah, he's pretty tiny.
And, he's tiny. It's
He was only elbow
look at
high.
that. It's like his waist. Like I could put both my hands and be able to like go around his waist. It's like I pick him up like Dirty Dancing style.
You think
and
my
throw him
pants are
around.
small? You think my pants are too tight?
Yeah, but also giant head,
big head,
tiny body, giant head. See, I don't have the tiny body with the giant
right.
head. So
well, you'd be a
that's-
little more Liv Schreiber than
yes,
Ron Wood.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
But like Keith Richards standing right in front of us. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But out of that whole night, which was amazing. It was like we talk about it for years after. We're still talking about it now. It was so much fun. But the girl you were dating at the time had the most impressive resting bitch face you had ever seen. And I remember we were like hanging out in one part, and a drunk guy came up to her and said, "Smile, you're at a party." And she got so upset. And I had nothing to say. I was just like,
I'll let you in on a little secret. It wasn't just the face. She was pretty unhappy most of the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just when she was around me.
Yeah.
Which I could see.
Yeah, at the time. It was
But you'd think she would have made an exception for one of the most magical nights of anybody's life.
Like I was sitting, I had a shit-eating grin the whole time. It's just like I'm hanging out with the fucking Rolling Stones.
It was
in
amazing.
This small little party. We're all drinking, and it was amazing. And she looked miserable.
It's like there's Canadian midgets in the ceiling, and that's not the most interesting thing happening right now.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
That's like one of the things that you ever have like parts of your life you wish were on film. Some parts of your life you never want on film. But this thing, it's like it would love to be able to like watch it and like take that in again.
I would like to be able to go
like,
back and see that and go, yeah, that is how that happened. Because I feel like,
it's very dreamlike now.
Yeah. And of course, you sort of idealize your behavior there and everything.
Yeah.
Like I was very charming and witty and.
Yeah.
I'm sure I wasn't a sloppy drunken mess. I'm sure Bill Wyman was quite taken with my conversation.
Yeah, it's funny. But when you meet people like that, it's weird and like, what the fuck are you gonna say to them?
Right? Yeah. I mean, it's with any sort of, especially really really high level celebrity like that. I mean, they're just trying to survive their day in public.
Yeah. Keith Richards just got done performing for 2 hours. Yeah.
But you know what? I think there's a definite difference between being super famous and rich and super famous and just surviving. Like, Keith Richards, every day is going to go his way. Right? Like, I mean, he wrote Satisfaction. He wrote, it's like there's a lot happening for him. It's going pretty great. Now, Ernie Hudson. You'll see him, you'll recognize him, but like Ernie Hudson needs to work.
Yeah, and he might not be having a good day when you meet him.
Right.
Is what you're saying.
Right. Ernie Hudson might not have gotten a part.
Yeah, I have. It's like, and forget the other thing. Horrible with names. Names, will not get into this giant nugget of mine.
A lot of space for rent in there.
But I can play charades enough for you to know who the person is.
Okay.
But I was, again, in New York, and I was walking, and one of my guilty pleasure shows is Suits. And the lead guy on Suits was like on his cell phone walking over, and I'm just like, and he's also in a movie that I really like, and I was just like, I was going to come over. It's like, I usually never say anything to anyone, but I wanted, for some reason, I felt the need to go say hello to him.
Did you call him Suits the whole time?
No. Yeah, that was the other thing, too. It's like, oh, fuck, I don't know his name. But it's the lead actor in Suits. So the one that...
hey, man!
Hey! No, I went up. He was on his cell phone. He was motherfuckering someone. He's like, I don't give a fucking shit. You know, he was just like...
I don't give a shit if
like,
you gave
I don't know if he
birth
was
to me.
practicing a scene, but whatever. I was just like, God damn, Suits is fucking pissed. But like, I don't know. Maybe, you know.
It should be worth noting that you still don't know his name.
I still don't know his name.
Did you interrupt him?
No.
That
He
would've
caught my eye and he looked at me like, I will rip your giant head off and beat you with it if you take one more step. And I was just like, I gave him the thumbs up. And
How was his head size?
he's a slight man, so his head was pretty big too. Like comparatively, not like Travolta big, but like for him, like, yeah, it's like a prominent head. But he's really lean. He's a lean dude.
Okay.
So like his head,
Kind of like the Bic logo.
kind of like the big logo.
Is that what we're talking? That's
Thin
yeah.
head.
Like
I
going
like
on
that
a scale
dude,
of
though.
Marvin the Martian to Bic logo. Like
Right.
what are we
Right.
saying?
Right. I hope he does more. I hope he goes on to do more stuff. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's
Oh,
talking to his agent.
His suit's not on.
Oh no, Suits hasn't been on forever.
Oh.
Him and the other lead are doing commercials for some, I don't know if it's like a mobile company, like a cell phone company. They're really good. I mean, but I like the show. It's so bad it's good. Anyways,
I'm going to trust you on that one.
watch Suits. It's awesome.
Don't watch Suits.
So, as per Gary's instructions to have a topic and like that we're picking celebrity, now you have to have something to talk about. And so our first one is an ugly part of the business, but it's for real.
Child actors.
No.
Oh.
Looks matter. It's
They
like,
do. They do matter.
Yeah, they matter. It's like in a perfect world, it shouldn't matter what someone looks like, but
It should be all about talent.
yeah, but no,
It's not.
It's not.
It's not about talent.
Yeah, it's not.
I bet we can prove that.
So I've got a list of names, and we're gonna discuss whether it was their looks that got them into the business, or keeping them in the business, or was their talent? Was there a combination of both?
Okay. I like this game.
All right. And to show that we're not, pigs just asking, finding out if someone's good
We're
looking
not just
or
going
not.
to talk about
Yeah.
hot chicks.
Hot chicks.
Man.
First one, which is really interesting to me, is a pair. George Clooney and Brad Pitt. A pair of tits, yeah. They're coming up. George Clooney, Brad Pitt.
George Clooney and Brad Pitt, who
And
have a
it's
new movie
funny.
coming out.
New movie coming out. And when I wrote it down, I wrote wolves. But it's not wolves, plural, it's wolves.
Now, is that because Harvey Keitel's character in Pulp Fiction was the wolf? And he cleaned up crime scenes. Their whole thing is they clean up
nice.
murder.
Nice. Nice connection there.
Thanks.
I like how you
Yeah, thank you.
tied
Thank you.
that up. That was good. No,
I don't know if that has
Yeah.
any bearing
Yeah.
on it. They could be cousins with the last name Wolf.
yeah, I don't know. But I kind of consider myself a movie trailer savant.
Okay.
I think
you
I
can
have a
you
good
can
record.
You can get a read on it.
I can watch a
Okay.
movie trailer
Okay.
and decide if it's going to be good or not by the trailer. And sometimes trailers are fucking awesome. Sometimes like the trailers are better than the movies. But you
Suicide
have to be
Squad.
able to see through that. Yeah, Suicide Squad. Great trailer.
Great trailer. Unsustainable for 2 hours.
Yes.
Spring Breakers. Amazing trailer.
Amazing trailer. Movie.
Again, unsustainable.
My red flag went up on Wolves. It's like, but are Brad Pitt and George Clooney too famous? And putting them together, it's hard to like immerse yourself in the character of the movie, and just because you're watching George Clooney and Brad Pitt at that point. So it seemed a little bit.
Well, you certainly hope that good acting would help you get past that, because if not, every single movie you watch, you'd be like, hey, that's George Clooney.
Right.
Which is not the case, because he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah. It's funny. I wrote down kind of like their highlights of the career. And like my first initial thought was like, Clooney, good looking. Clooney, talented. Then I was thinking Brad Pitt, maybe the best looking man alive in his generation. I don't know if he's talented. It's just like there's some times where he just seems off to me, or like I don't know if it's forced, or like you can tell he's acting, or it's like something's just not working, or I don't know. Like I have more like. Geesh.
Well, I think Clooney's a little more straight down the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at his most daring roles, it'd be like, Oh brother, where art thou?
Right.
Right. Whereas
he stays in a lane.
He stays in his lane. And it's like he broods. He's got some good, he does some sometimes he's like super handsome and a little arrogant, super confident, does that kind of thing.
Yeah, he's got that.
I mean, that's his lane. I think Brad Pitt takes some pretty big risks. I mean, if you look at 12 Monkeys, True Romance.
Early on, Johnny Suede. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
The big fucking pompadour?
Yeah.
Fucking cuckoo pants, man. Yeah, 12 Monkeys, California.
Yeah.
Even Fight Club. I mean, he plays a really good dirtbag.
Yeah. Even if you look at his last movie he made with George Clooney, with the Coen brothers, Burn After Reading.
Burn After Reading. Yeah, fucking
He
awesome.
made some really weird choices. Yeah. And it's not only a hilarious role, it's one of the best film deaths ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah.
Won't spoil
that was
it for
a
you
closet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't spoil that for you if you haven't seen it, but it's definitely
it.
worth a watch just to see. The whole movie's great.
Right.
Clooney's great.
And then looking at Clooney, Clooney had a Brad Pitt, shirt off, Thelma and Louise. He's a star. Boom. He's a man bimbo, a mimbo,
a himbo,
and himbo. That's it.
A himbo.
But like so pretty, you're gonna be a star, kid. Right?
It's got to be.
And like,
but again, 12 Monkeys, Cross-Eyed, California,
right.
Completely deranged, super greasy.
Yeah.
But
is that just the palette? Like you can turn Brad, he's so pretty, you can turn him into anything. Like you can give him a bad haircut and a missing tooth, like Snatch. And like he's fucking awesome.
He was great.
Great.
I mean, the palette probably goes pretty far.
Right. And the choices he makes are like commendable.
And you know what? Doesn't always work.
No. Legends of the Fall. Ooh. Man,
but right. I mean, that was like maximum man candy.
Yeah.
That was not.
That was the flowing locks.
Yeah, that was not for us.
Yeah.
Although you're trying to now have that haircut.
Yeah, 20 years too late.
Yeah, you should really lean more towards Anthony Hopkins in that movie. Get your chalkboard, Tristan.
I'm going to have a stroke now, and that's going to be my reality. I just cursed myself.
Now, well, I'll probably have one for saying it.
Then with Clooney, it was really weird because, of course, Facts of Life, George Clooney,
that hair
is it was impressive.
It was like a pile of hair. He had of all the women on Facts of Life,
best hair.
He had the best hair.
Well, Blair was pretty good. Blair was pretty good. But then going into ER, he was so famous in ER.
So
famous that he was so TV famous, and that was back in the day where TV actors weren't movie star actors.
No,
and very few did they ever cross.
And if you left your TV show to go make a movie and it didn't work, you're done.
Yeah.
David Caruso.
David Caruso. Why did I? That was so maniacal. But he's a ginger, so it's okay.
So, right, yeah, he doesn't have a soul. It's okay. David Caruso wronged you at one point.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wait, did he come? Wait, when he did the CSI Miami, that was like his
comeback?
return to TV. Wasn't he on like NYPD Blue?
Was it?
I think he did that, left for movies, failed, and then was like put, in actor jail, and then came back for CSI Miami.
Not 100% on that.
Again.
Yeah. No facts.
Get your own IMDb account.
Yeah.
It's free.
But then, he kind of kicked around. He was on Roseanne for a season.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Then Rodriguez puts him in
Desperado. Yeah.
No. From Dusk Till Dawn. He wasn't Desperado. That was.
That was that's right. He was in Dusk Till Dawn. It was Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. Vampire killer with Tarantino.
With Tarantino. And Harvey Keitel.
It was
and Juliette Lewis.
Such a bizarre movie. He's such a bizarre director, but. I think that was like the first thing. He's like, oh shit, maybe this fucker can be in movies.
Was that the first film he did? Damn, that was great because that was like two films that were completely different in one film.
Oh yeah, it was insane. But
both super enjoyable.
But he was also played a bad guy, which I think a lot of people you have to go the opposite of Doug in ER. You got to go be some bastard vampire killer. But then he hooks up with Soderbergh for Out of Sight. And then became, there, he became a movie star.
That's movie star stuff right there.
Yeah. If you haven't watched Out of Sight, watch Out of Sight.
It's two movie stars making a movie.
Yeah.
And I mean, so much is great about that. It's Elmore Leonard book. It's Steve Soderbergh. It's
the editing.
Clooney. The editing is amazing.
Cinematography, it's gorgeous.
The cinematography is so good that you admire the film stock that they shot it on. Because it's
so good.
Perfect. It was a perfect choice.
Yeah. It's so good.
So good.
But then it became a Coen Brothers favorite. Oh Brother, We're Out There, Intolerable Cruelties, Burn After Reading, Hail Caesar. And then he hit some major thing. Michael Clayton, probably my favorite George Clooney movie. If you haven't seen that one, Michael Clayton.
The American.
The American
was such a great movie. And it was, that was a fashion photographer directed that. I think it was the first film he did. They put, the reason he got to make that was because it was Clooney.
Right.
And they were like, he can carry it.
Right.
If all else fails.
But then he shifts gears and does things like The Descendants, Up in the Air, where he's the regular guy dealing with family shit. And he can, dip down a little bit. It's like he's got chops.
Yeah.
Now back to Brett.
But again, it's it's not too far out of the ordinary.
Right. He's still in his lane.
He cuts his hair a little shorter, a little more like a $10 haircut.
Right.
And dresses with a little less style.
Right.
It's
bad wardrobe.
Not really a stretch. It's
bad wardrobe.
Yeah, it's like, okay, a puka shell necklace.
But then we have Mr. Pitt, which I'm on the fence if he's talented. I love his roles, and he does Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I wanted to beat him. He was so fucking cool. It's just he got to kill his wife with a harpoon and beat up Bruce Lee. It's that's a role, man. It's just
well, I need to talk to your wife and our Asian friends because they all might be in danger. Look, when I saw Benjamin Buttons, there's a scene where he is in his 40s, is middle of the film.
Right.
He's riding a motorcycle, and he's kind of very casually riding a motorcycle, which he looks so cool doing.
Yeah.
And he turns, he's sitting almost sideways, and he looks at the camera, and the camera moves past him like this. And it was that is the ultimate movie star frame.
Yeah.
And I saw it in the theater, so it was huge, and I went, "The movie star.
Movie star.
Movie star." But it doesn't matter if he's talented or not. He does that job better than almost anybody else.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And as a director and the producers watching the Video Village and they do that move, they're just we're fucking done here. We
David Fincher probably wasn't, though, and probably made him do 80 takes of it.
But then you have Seven. It's like, what's in the box? What's in the box?
It's a shame Kevin Spacey's gone because
Oh my God.
if they did like a YouTube unboxing video and they had a series of stuff and then that box comes up and they're like, oh no.
Oh no, don't open that box.
I guess you could do it with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
listen, I think they both can act. I think they're both very handsome.
All right.
I would absolutely have sex with both of them.
You got your hall pass with
Moving on.
Moving on. All right.
No more questions.
All right. 2 ladies now.
Let's get shitty.
That light up the screen with their looks. Margot Robbie and Scarlett Johansson.
Without going too deep, I'm sure if we got deep into this, we'd figure it out more thoroughly. I feel like these are both very good-looking women.
Yeah. There's
Margot Robbie might be the better looking of the two.
It depends
It
on
depends on
how
your-
you
on
bread
your
your
taste.
butter.
Yeah. You know what?
Bread your butter. Butter your bread.
Butter your bread. I'm not sure. You know what? I'm not even sure. I think.
I think she's classically, I don't know. It's like it's so
Yeah.
weird to
Maybe she's
define.
more traditionally. I mean,
square
she's
jaw,
Barbie.
She's fucking Barbie.
It's
just like, yeah,
and
yeah.
she's perfect for the role. I think she also, and I'm not familiar with a lot of Margot Robbie's early work that maybe took place in Australia. I'm sure she was on a soap opera.
Yeah,
They
I'm
all
sure.
are.
Yeah.
I think out of the box in American cinema, she came out stronger and faster.
Yes.
Talent-wise.
Than a Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Yeah, because you think it Wolf of Wall Street, first U.S. thing. She was a megastar after that. She was also naked through a lot of that movie. But then you had to consider, but they had to find someone that can pull that off, but also go toe-to-toe with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, and you know what?
For an entire movie.
I bet a lot of people would be pretty intimidated by working with Leonardo DiCaprio with no clothes on.
Right. Yeah.
And she managed to
she
do it.
stole the scene. She stole the scene.
And not because
she was great.
not solely because she was naked.
Right. Yeah. No, there's
Her
something
acting was
there
great,
that
and-
the camera picks up on. But
Yeah.
I've enjoyed, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. She was great.
Not many lines, but great.
No, but she captures that essence. Barbie was great.
She was
We
fantastic.
both got a little choked up at the bench scene.
God damn it.
Yeah. Goddamn Barbie. It's like, you got us. Really good. Her Harley Quinn.
Fantastic.
Right.
But and such a completely different role. Just a freewheeling. It's 12 Monkeys. It's you get to really go out on a limb and do some weirdo stuff, and she did, and it all worked.
Yeah. And
The second Suicide Squad movie, she was basically
she
her
ran
movie.
away with it. Yeah.
It's
So
whether
good.
they intended to
Yeah.
or not. It was her movie.
Yeah. I think that's where she peaked at Harley Quinn is in that second Suicide
Yeah.
Squad. But it's like a type of thing where I think of, I'm interested in seeing what she's going to do next.
Absolutely.
It's like, I think she's going to have some sustainability.
I believe so. I think Scarlett Johansson has really created a nice career for herself.
Yeah.
Despite her lack of acting ability early on, I think she learned on the job, which very well was because she was really good looking and had big boobs. Yeah. And she didn't let anybody see him for a long time. Which was a great career move.
Yes. Very smart.
Very, very smart. Kept us all
In suspense.
Every film that was
Yeah.
announced. Maybe it's the one.
But she kind of did a few little rom-coms. She kind of was always in a mix of something. But I think she's actually come out the other side a pretty good actor.
Yeah, no. I'd say kind of learned on the job.
Definitely good-looking people that we think are talented. We covered them.
Okay.
I'm going to the other side of the fence. It's they're really good-looking, but I think we should try to get them to stop.
Okay. Yeah. I like this idea.
And the first one has already shown the goods. Her very first scene and her very first thing they ever had, she's topless, is Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
She's a good-looking girl with two real big reasons why she's a star. But man, I'm not seeing the talent there yet.
It's a tough watch.
It's
almost anything she does is hard to watch.
Yeah.
I am interested in seeing this movie where she's a nun.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's
Huh?
like Immaculate, I think it might be. I don't know, but it's like, yeah, it's like an Italian.
Is it like Japanese porn or?
It's like an Italian nunnery.
Oh, of course, the
Of course,
Italians
right,
and their
yeah,
nuns. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's
Okay, I'm interested.
the bustiest of nuns.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
just slow motion of her taking communion.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I don't know. I think the devil knocks her up or some shit. It feels like it's probably
So it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that fits. That's a great place for her.
It's a great place for her.
Great place for her.
It's a great trailer. You
Yeah.
should watch it. She looks confused. She's got pouty lips. She's got big tits. It's great.
It's great.
She's dressed as a nun the entire time.
But like Scarlett Johansson, I think she had a lot more going for her right in the beginning. But like you said, she developed into a good actor.
Yeah,
Do we
and-
see
and-
Sydney Sweeney developing into a good actor?
I see Sydney Sweeney developing into, at best, Steve Guttenberg with tits. That's the level of ability I think she's going to have at the best her acting gets.
Police Academy, Steve Guttenberg.
I was thinking three
With
men
tits.
and a little lady, but that's okay.
Wow. Then the other one, and I'm a big comic book nerd. We both are big comic book nerds. I love the Marvel Universe. He is an amazing Thor, but Chris Hemsworth stinks. Well, anything other than like an action movie where he has very little dialogue and has to show little emotion. Because I guess the Extraction movies are good. I don't know. They made 2 of them. I didn't watch them.
I didn't watch it. I watched that Michael Mann movie he was in. I think it was Michael Mann. It was like Black Hat.
Oh, yeah.
And he was
no.
not good.
Not good.
And I assumed
the Lady Ghostbuster movie, he was horrible.
I assumed Extraction was the same as Black Hat, so I just didn't watch it. I'm like, that feels pretty parallel.
I don't think it had anything to do with each other.
Probably not, but it felt like it was probably going to be the same experience at the end.
But I haven't watched it yet, and this will give us a time. The new Mad Max Furioso. It like again, my trailer red flags went off of him and his dumb face and his bad accent and his like he's got a big rubber nose.
Yeah, the
and,
rubber nose,
you know,
and his beard was. It's a weird beard,
but he can't. He's
it doesn't.
he looks like he's acting.
Yeah,
Poorly.
it does look like it's all straight. I mean, you look at because you know what? If you look at Channing Tatum,
Right. Oof.
right, who's
Pretty man.
But if you look at the Thor and Channing Tatum, you're like, just as photos, you go, there's 2 very good-looking dudes.
Right.
Sure, they're both very capable of the same things. Channing Tatum is much better actor than Thor.
Yeah. It's weird. He has weird delivery. It's I think it's like I've come to appreciate.
yeah, no.
Channing.
Absolutely, and I think.
But I want to like Chris Hemsworth. I love him as Thor. He's great as Thor. But I have not seen him do anything else well.
He really hasn't.
He really hasn't. So it's and like I don't know, like you kind of like the register is like if you see an actor in a movie and that actor makes you want to go see it. He does the opposite. If I see him in a movie, I'm like, oh, that's gonna.
You're
be
gonna
a
have to win me over.
stinker.
Yeah.
It better
no,
be.
I get that.
It's I don't know.
I always felt that way about Harry Dean Stanton.
Stop it.
You don't like Harry?
He's great. Harry Dean Stanton's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Makes you want to see a movie. You see him in it, you're like, this is probably pretty good. Feel the same way about Robert Forster.
In this topic, I did not think we'd be talking about Harry Dean Stanton.
Okay.
Okay, last one.
Not traditionally.
Just
handsome.
and just because it was kind of cool, I was putting together this list in my local coffee shop, and 2 young ladies were sitting next to me at a tabletop, probably in their 20s. And since this is all new to us, it's like, and like I'm making this list, and he came up, And just because it's like an odd thing, it's like it's all like opinion. I asked them, and they had a lot to say about it, which made me feel good about like having this as like a topic and theme.
I'm excited to find out who this is now.
I posed these two 20-somethings. The actor, Adam Driver, is he good looking? Is he talented? And the first one said it within 5 seconds.
No.
Not good looking, but talented.
Absolutely not.
And I was just like, huh. And then we started talking, and then the other young lady was just like, yeah, I feel the same way. I said, what have you seen him in? What's his best movie role? He goes, well, I really only know him from Girls, which he was really charismatic and like you knew he was going to be a star. He really brought something to the table, but he's just an odd dude. And I think he's kind of odd looking. Like, I think some people do find him attractive.
He's very odd looking.
But I think
some people find me attractive. It's
right.
It's not a good measuring stick.
It's how you bread your butter.
It's how you bread your butter. Is that a saying? I think it is now.
I think it is now.
I find him to be neither appealing looking, or I also don't find him talented at all.
See, like I'm the opposite. Like I don't like Pitt and Clooney, good looking guys. Adam Driver, I don't know, but I think he's tall. He's like odd. You know, I think I can see where someone would, and it's just, he's very extroverted and very like especially like the character in Girls. He's just like, you don't know what's going to come next. He's kind of like, he's got that kook flip, you know, and we've both been attractive to women who they might not be like high up, you know, in the hotness thing, but their craziness kind of is compelling.
That is true.
But I am throwing out the Star Wars movies because they were shitty movies. And, you know, so I'm throwing out Star Wars. I'm going to say there's two movies that I thought he was great in. One is Patterson, which you haven't seen. It's a Jim Jarmusch movie. And it's about a poet in Patterson, New Jersey, who's a bus driver. And it's awesome. But it's a really good movie, and he doesn't fuck it up. But he's really good.
That might have more to do with Jim Jarmusch than with Adam Driver's acting. Yeah. I've only seen Adam Driver in one role I thought was enjoyable.
Right. This is where I left you.
Yes.
Ensemble cast.
Which
big heavy hitters. You know, it's like, it was so good.
And he played
was great.
He played the stray hair that was just...
He played the petulant younger brother of three brothers and a sister. And he was the baby, and he acted like it. And like, but it was so good. But it was a well-written movie, well-directed movie. It was like, he was good in it.
I'm just waiting for them to, like, as soon as they do an Andre the Giant biopic.
Oh,
and
stop it.
He can do a voice like this the entire time. And all they have to do
wrong.
is give him a thing suit.
No, stop it.
Remember the...
Did you see Black Klansman, Spike Lee?
I did not.
He was in that. Very good. Did you see Logan Luck with James Bond?
I didn't. But you know what? I did want to. But
he was good in it
because
he
was
had an amputee arm, and he was very dramatic. He was very like Moonlight. He was like Nicolas Cage in Moonstruck.
You know what? You know why I didn't watch it? Because I thought it's going to be too hard to get past him.
Oh, stop! But it doesn't. I'm telling you.
And Daniel Craig.
Oh, Daniel Craig's fine.
Daniel Craig's fine.
Right,
exactly.
But like
he's fine.
It was a madcap movie, and it was worth watching. It was good.
Don't ever say madcap to me again.
Then serious role, The Report, very good.
What was that?
My brain's not going to work, but it was a drama, and I think it was like real life.
Did you really see it?
Yes, I saw it. It was kind of, there was a controversy. He was like an investigator, and we're gonna.
I mean, if nothing else, it's memorable roles.
But he was the lead, carried the whole movie, was very good. Marriage Story with, before mentioned, Scarlett Johansson. Tons of accolades. And it was tough to watch. You know, if you're in a marriage, it's tough to watch. But it was very good.
Was that because of Noah Baumbach's script and directing?
Sure. But it's just like we said with Clooney and Soderbergh. It's you can kind of like there's probably like 5 actors that could fill in there and would still be amazing.
It's true.
You can't, it's like you only have but like I think it's really weird. He did 2 biopics in a row where he's Gucci and then Ferrari, and Gucci he was pretty good. Did you see Gucci?
No.
See, so there's literally. So you've seen him in Star Wars and one other movie.
I saw 1 episode of Girls.
1 episode of Girl out of 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's unwatchable. I don't know why I would continue to watch it. I've said this for I don't know when Girls came out, but I've been saying it since then.
My God.
Like
Oh my
because
God.
everyone goes, "How come you're not watching
That doesn't
Girls?"
bread your butter. I
Because
get it.
it's not enjoyable.
It was to a weird. It was frustrating to watch, but I enjoyed it. There was something there, something different. It's better than your fucking dribble TV at the time of any kind of network stuff. It was HBO. It was interesting. You might not like it, and
So don't watch it. If you don't,
so you didn't watch it. But I'm just saying, you haven't watched anything he's done.
That's because it sounds like this and everything.
He doesn't.
Yes, he does. He does. He looks like he's like a horse of some sort with a man's chest.
Jim Jarmusch, Patterson, watch it. But I think this is a great way to tell people to click subscribe, add some comments. Please be nice.
Rate it.
But let us know what you think about Adam Driver and Girls.
Yeah, please
and
tell me why I should be watching Girls. Oh, I can't wait to hear this complaining.
Yeah. Let us know about anything. And then we have a sponsored segment coming up.
Yeah, so we're gonna try this now too. This is since we're trying all this and we're trying to really create something here. We're gonna try to manifest our money.
Yeah.
So
yeah, money.
the best way to do that is through advertising. That way, it doesn't cost you, the viewer or listener, however you consume this, won't cost you a dime.
Right.
So we're going to try to make something happen. Stay with us.
We're trying something new here. We got Jive and Honey's highly recommended.
That's right. It's like Good Housekeeping, but without any credibility.
Oh, the good. Whenever you say the Good Housekeeping, I think it's like I have someone cleans my house. I have Good Housekeeping. It's like back in the day, it was the Good Housekeeping seal of approval.
I'm sure it still is.
Yeah, it's like boom, you know what to buy.
It carries less weight.
It tells you what to buy. We're gonna tell you what to watch.
Yes. We're going to tell you what to watch. You can be a bit more cultured. Maybe at the next gathering, you can have something more interesting.
Wait. This is supposed to be cultural? My picks, I don't know if they hit the cultural standard.
Wow. I also don't think a lot of our viewers are having butler service anytime soon.
I took it. We're kind of doing our own thing, and we will both have our own recommendations. But I kind of went, deep in the archive of something that, a movie that I liked and it stuck with me that I still like. And it's kind of like I always say, when I can't find anything to watch, I'm like, I think I got to the end of the internet. I think I'm done. I've watched
There's
everything.
nothing left.
Yeah, walk away. But there's always something to go back and watch. There's always something, and sometimes you get caught up in like watching crap. It's like, why don't you watch something is good that you haven't seen in a while?
I think there's
something new that stinks.
There's a legit fear of wasting your time. Like I always think, there's so much I haven't watched yet, and that I want to watch.
Right.
I should probably move on and watch something new.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that, not just for comfort reasons, but also because it's really good art or whatever, or it really like just tickles you in a certain way. And you just, it is nice to revisit some things. And we've talked about this before, but at 30 years old, supposedly, you stop listening to new music. Your taste is set, most specifically in music.
That's it.
Most people continue to watch new release films, though, because for whatever reason, advertising, children, whatever it might be. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to do the opposite, which is listen to new music and things like not just like new music by bands I like new music by
new people they
artists,
don't know. Yeah.
and watch old movies.
Huh.
So I think this segment's really going to work well.
All right. Very cool.
Because there's a lot of movies I'm like, I never saw that.
Yeah.
There's things that you absorbed and you thought, oh yeah, I know it so well because it's referenced or whatever.
I always like all around. I keep I write scribble notes all the time. A lot of them are like I hear about a movie. I'm like, how did I not see that?
Yeah,
I want to see that.
Exactly. So maybe we can pass a little bit of that on.
Yeah,
and some people might find
something
some gems
you might check out.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to throw in just like a really quick current thing, and I split these up to movies and then a streaming series.
Okay. All
just to kind of like have a little mix and something old and something new.
All right.
And this episode, we talked about looks or talent.
Ah, yes.
So we want to kind of bring that back around. So I'm just going to jump into my first one, and how it connects to looks and talent is it had a Robert Redford who, like, when he came into the business he was like Brad Pitt of the 70s.
Yeah.
He was just so good looking and
amazing,
charismatic, and like he was just amazing. And in this movie, he was teamed up with River Phoenix.
Ooh, I know this one.
Who had that quality too. Good looking young kid, charismatic. He had so much personality and looked like he was going to have some chops. Looked like he was going to he came out of the gate doing some heavy hitters but this movie is Sneakers. It's 1992. Directed by Phil Alden Robinson, who did Field of Dreams, just so you have a little comparison. And he wrote Fletch.
I got mad props
I got mad props for that.
He wrote Fletch. Yeah. That's all right with me.
So Sneakers is first off, it's an ensemble cast. It's a ragtag of...
It is a stacked cast. They are great.
You have Gandhi, Ben Kingsley.
You have Sidney Poitier.
Which... anything he says, I'm just like, yes, Sidney.
Yeah,
it's
you're riveted by it, yeah.
Yeah, he is amazing. A cameo with Darth Vader, James Earl Jones. Best ending.
I was in that. That's right.
A Ghostbuster in Dan Aykroyd.
Wait, what was the character's name? Hold on. Mother. And he always wore band T-shirts.
Yes.
Like he had all these different weird indie bands,
conspiracy theories and all that. And then you have the Sundance Kid, Robert Redford. And then his love interest was Running with Wolves, Dances with Wolves.
Yeah.
The lead in
Kevin
that.
Costner was the love interest.
Yes.
It was wrong.
Yes. Kevin Costner's.
Wait, I thought there was... I got to look this up now because I swear there was someone else in this movie that
the blind guy who's in every awesome movie. He plays a character...
It's David Strathairn.
Yeah. I love that dude. The Client. Field of Dreams.
Good night and good luck.
Good night, good luck. Yeah.
But he's an amazing character actor who's does carry films.
Yeah. So in this one, it's a spy espionage. It has twists. The mob's involved. But there's also 1992. No cell phones, no wireless. It's just everything had to be handed off. So there's another layer.
Phone hacking.
Yeah, phone hacking and all this stuff. It's kind of like a little bit. When I rewatched it, it was kind of like a little like War Games, where it's just things just and it is so good.
I remember hearing this one time that was the movie that River Phoenix made right after My Own Private Idaho.
Yeah.
Which is heavy. It's
worth
a watch, but it's one of the films I always say, I'm glad I saw it. I never want to see it again.
Yeah.
He did Sneakers because he was like, I just want something light that pays well.
Yeah. And his character is so great.
But he was great in it. He was great in it. I think testament to him being a pretty good actor.
And I always love, this is the perfect 90s movie. It's just when you're thinking, it's even falling in with Breakfast Club and all these kind of tightly wrapped, puts a bow on it. It has the best ending with James Earl Jones at the end, and River Phoenix kills Sidney. And Sidney Poitier like brings the gravitas. It's just like when the shit's hitting the fan, it's Sidney Poitier.
Right,
It's like bringing out the
he
rear.
was awesome. He's awesome.
So it's just, I highly recommend Sneakers. If you just, it's a ragtag group coming together to save the world. It's a good.
You know what?
It's a good watch.
On that ragtag group coming together to save the world, I for this segment am taking. I'm sort of doing a melding of looks and talent. So this movie has some marginal talent in it. It's directed by a very talented director, but looks amazing. Everyone is super hot in this movie, and it has a great message.
Huh.
And that movie, if you have not seen it, is 1997 Starship Troopers.
I love that shit. Oh
That
my
shit's
god.
awesome. It's look, it
Oh
ain't
my
that
God.
deep, but it does have a great
It is,
underlying
though.
message
Yes.
of propaganda and government and
It
manipulating masses and war and patriotism, and it really it does a great tongue-in-cheek version of really cutting on those subjects.
Well, I think because they did it so simply was a huge statement of how petty and little and shitty all that stuff is.
Yes.
It was great.
And if you like RoboCop, if you like Paul Verhoeven's stuff, it falls in line with that, but it really sort of extends a little further and like has the commercials, the fake commercials, and join now, all that. It really, and there's some great nudity. Everyone's hot. Casper Van Dien is hot in it. Jake Busey is not particularly hot, but he's Jake Busey.
But
Rue McClanahan, the hottest Golden Girl, is in it.
Rue McClanahan.
She was the teacher.
She was the teacher.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Denise Richards, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
is in it, and the top of the game. Denise Richards, she looks so hot.
Just close up beauty shots of Denise Richards are
But,
amazing.
I think it's like Diana or Dina Meyer is the other girl in it who is so beautiful in it,
and she's good.
and
Like
she's a
her
great actress,
character,
her character's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of has a military vibe.
And almost forgot, Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
Is so good.
Worth a watch. I highly recommend if you haven't seen Starship Troopers. It's fun,
And it's got a little video game action to it. And you would know, did they purposely make it look kind of like a budget sci-fi film?
yes.
But it still had big effects. Like the bugs were amazing.
Yeah. So it was supposed to, as opposed to RoboCop and Total Recall and all these other things that were darker, and it was supposed to be glossy,
Right.
And really, like, the idea was that even the movie was like a propaganda ad where everyone was hot,
Yes.
everything looked shiny and cool and fun, and poppy. And that's how meta and how many layers deep it went. And I thought it was brilliant, and I think it's a great film to watch.
Right. But it's perfect for looks or talent because it is like they're all, talented enough, but they're all good looking.
All good.
All good looking.
Everybody's so good
everyone's so
looking.
good looking.
Yeah.
Except for the dude, the teacher, that, Ironside guy. That guy. But he was perfect for it. And he's in every 80s movie.
Yeah.
What year was that? Do you know?
97.
Oh, 97.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was later. Oh, yeah. So good.
Yeah, so good. So great. Do you have a series? I don't have anything else. Do you have a series?
Yeah. I just wanted to kind of playing off the looks or talent. Recently, I watched, and it was literally because we were looking for something to watch, and I like her so much. But like she, is Brie Larson, Academy Award winning Brie Larson. If you ever saw her in The Room, she's fantastic.
Great in The Room.
But she's not my favorite as Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel. And I've seen her in the other things where it's, whatever. I mean, she's so attractive. She's a beautiful woman. But she did a series called Lessons in Chemistry.
The Housewife show or something?
Yeah,
I know.
It's a
full disclosure. I did not watch it.
Yeah, she's a scientist in the 50s. There's sexism, like she's
can't
being
only
held
imagine.
back. Yeah. So it like infuriates you, but it's like it's a movie about two oddball people, and it's a love story, but it's also how she turns things around, and it's beautifully written, beautifully produced. Incredible storytelling. There's a storytelling element where it's completely on purpose. Like through this series, we'll come back, and like circle back around. They have one episode. It's told completely through the eyes of their dog. Okay. They have a dog in the whole series, and he's like a little character. But then this major thing happens, and then the next episode, the whole thing is retold by the dog. It's like, but it's really well done. It's worth a watch. Lessons in Chemistry, Brie Larson.
All right. I'm okay with that. Yeah, and Bill Pullman Jr., huh?
Oh,
Bill Pullman's son is one of the top stars in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. He's really good. If it's what I think it is. They match. Like, the characters match. You end up caring about the characters. And that's all you want in a series, is like you actually give a shit.
Yeah, you give a shit. It's like, that's
all you ask for.
If I'm going to invest, maybe I should care a little bit.
All right, so we got Sneakers, spy thriller. We got Starship Troopers,
sci-fi war propaganda.
It breaks genre. It's really, so cool.
It died in the wool of sci-fi for sure, futuristic, but it does so much more.
And if you're looking for something current, a current series, Lessons in Chemistry, highly recommend.
All right. Well, then that brings us to the end of this episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what's up. What do you recommend? If you watch one of these things, let us know what you think, because we think we have great taste, and we'd love to hear you agree with us.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. See you next time.